Live from Mount Olympus is produced by the Onassis Foundation and distributed by PRX.
Talking about money can be so hard, especially when the person you're talking to is still learning how to do long division. That's why Million Bazillion, a Webby-winning podcast from Marketplace, is here to help. I'm Bridget, and with my fellow co-host Ryan, we help teach your little ones about complex topics like bankruptcy, climate change, and why there's so much gold at Fort Knox, and so much more. Listen to Million Bazillion wherever you get your podcasts.
The Greek gods live high on Mount Olympus. But from time to time, we walk among you mortals. And wherever the gods move, stories are born. This story begins, well, sometimes the best place to begin a story is at the end. And so that is where our next story will start. Let me transport you from the comfort of my God's Pod studio to the top of a craggy mountain high above the Black Sea, far from Greece. It's late afternoon. 3 figures are climbing up the steep slope. The trio has spent all day ascending the huge, windy peak. In the lead is Kronos. Perhaps you remember him, Styx's son, loyal to Zeus and the Olympians. Kronos is effortlessly bounding from rock to rock, carrying an enormous hammer. Behind Kronos trudges Hephaestus, god of the forge.
Prometheus is just too smart for his own good, so now I have to chain him up.
Hephaestus is limping badly. Even from here, I can feel his simmering anger.
He knew Zeus would have to punish him, leaving me to clean up the mess.
And in last place, a tall, dignified figure with deep, piercing eyes, walking purposefully behind the other gods, ignoring the chains that bind him to them. Of course he knew what was going to happen. Prometheus always knows what's ahead. He can see the future. Though it's true his visions are never completely clear. But he must have known where his adventures would lead. I still don't understand why he did it. But let's listen, and maybe we'll all find out.
Come on already, you are so slow. Time to do your duty and chain this traitor to the jagged rocks.
Don't tell me how to do my job, you muscle-bound thug.
Have you forgotten that this enemy of Olympus betrayed the gods? He stole our fire and gave it to mortals. He deserves even worse than this.
Can't you see what's happening here? We're setting a terrible precedent. Chaining one of our own? A god? Maybe you want to be next?
Are you gonna cry again? Pull yourself together and get to work, or Zeus will think you're procrastinating on purpose, and you'll be next.
This is just so wrong.
Use all your strength and fasten those manacles around his wrists. Nail him to the rocks.
You are way too pumped about all of this, Kronos.
Ha! Who wouldn't be? A traitor is getting his just desserts.
Prometheus, I hate doing this to you.
I know, old friend. Fate decrees that you must shackle me because you have no choice. In ways, you're shackled too.
Enough chit-chat. Hephaestus, finish the job. It's getting dark.
It is done. Farewell, Prometheus.
Goodbye, sneaky thief. You're trapped now. That's for sure.
So our story begins. A god, chained to the top of a desolate mountain, exposed to the elements, vulnerable, alone. But not alone for long. That night, 3 lovely Oceanids convinced me to take them to their cousin, Prometheus. I tried to tell them it was a mistake, that they would be quite dismayed by the state of their dear relative. But Kalirohi, Polydora, and Galakshavra are quite persuasive. So up and up we flew to the rocks where Prometheus was bound.
Hermes, thank you for escorting us all this way. But Prometheus looks awful.
If he weren't a titan, I would think he was dead.
Yes, his eyes are pressed shut. His skin is so pale. He's so still.
You sound surprised. I told you what you were getting into when you begged me to take you to him. I'm still not sure why you wanted to, but your family, so down we go. Though I cannot stay, so much work to do. Lovely Oceanids, I must fly. I will pick you up in the morning.
Goodbye, Hermes.
Ciao.
Should we wake him?
Yes! Wake up, Prometheus!
Cousin, it's us, your favorite Oceanids. Kalirohi,
Polydora!
Kalirohi? Polydora? I haven't seen you in so long.
And Galakshavra.
Galakshavra, too. But why have you come all this way? You are far from home.
we want to hear...
Your story, Prometheus.
My story? Why?
We have heard rumors.
And we're not sure we should believe them.
We want to hear your side of the story.
Please, Prometheus, tell us your story.
I suppose I could find some time in my busy schedule.
I'm glad they can't take away your sense of humor, Prometheus.
But what happened to you, cousin?
I don't know. All of a sudden, something changed, and I had to go my own way.
Why, Prometheus? Tell us! Tell us! Tell us!
I don't think you're prepared for what you're about to hear, but I'll tell you, because you've asked so nicely. You know that once upon a time, I lived with the old gods up on Mount Olympus, where Kronos, uncle of us all, ruled the world. One night, a long time ago, Kronos threw a magnificent feast in his splendid palace. The party was just getting started when he bellowed for a young cupbearer to bring him something to drink.
We need more nectar. Nectar, I say! Where is that cupbearer?
Here, Lord Kronos. I've poured you another brimming cup. Yamas.
Oh! Was that the party where Uncle Kronos puked up all his kids?
He was so foolish to believe that he could evade a prophecy by swallowing them all.
What prophecy was that again?
That one of his own children would grow up to defeat him.
No one can evade a prophecy, not even King of the Gods.
So true. It was quite a sight. God after god emerging from Kronos' throat. Hestia, Demeter, Hera, Hades, and Poseidon.
Gross.
So gross.
They were fully grown and ready to fight.
But I heard that they didn't fight right then, did they?
Not right then, no. They ran out of the palace as their father writhed on the floor like a snake. The mysterious cupbearer fled too. It was only later that we learned who he was. When he finally recovered, Kronos was furious.
How could they do such a thing?
Think before you act, Kronos. I've always told you.
Silence, wife, as Kronos speaks. We will find and destroy them all.
Brother, have we not heard this story before?
Bah! I'm writing my own script, sister.
Remember, the fates always have the last word. Don't you recall what our mother Gaia predicted for you?
We're wasting time. We must go after them. You are Kronos, ruler of the universe. No one can betray you like that and go unpunished, especially not a pipsqueak like that cupbearer. Who was he anyway?
I think that was your son, Kronos.
That cupbearer was my son? Rhea! Is there something you forgot to tell me? Rhea! Where did that goddess go?
So what are you going to do about it?
We are going to war. Yes, you start figuring out strategy. Chris, get everybody into fighting shape. We've gotten too soft. Iapetus, you have to decide what their punishments will be.
Uncle, what about me? I am always ready to fight by your side.
Atlas, I will be right behind you as you lead the charge. Prometheus and Epimetheus, join us too.
No. I see...
You having one of your visions again?
I see fire and chaos and utter destruction.
What do you think war is?
He's rocking back and forth again.
His eyes are flickering.
He is not here with us. He's staring into the future. Prometheus, tell us what you see.
Thunder. The 100-handed ones. An epic battle.
No! Prometheus!
Brother, talk to me. Where did you go? What did you see? I saw tumult and bloodshed. I saw complete annihilation. A darkness that goes so deep, it swallows everything up. and I heard a terrible sound.
The sound of my children crying in defeat.
No. It was you, Kronos. You were screaming.
Screaming in victory!
No, not in victory. Screaming over and over again. Let me out. Let me out. Let me out!
Don't be ridiculous.
Kronos, you must find another way, or you will destroy the entire world.
You know nothing.
Your own freedom is at stake.
No one can defeat me!
Kronos rules the world!
But it is perilous to ignore Prometheus. Everyone knows that our brother can see the future.
Kronos, think. Think again about what our mother prophesied.
Do not mention the P word in my palace! I will not submit to the absurd idea that my children will overthrow me. I am the most powerful god in the universe!
Oh, my overconfident little brother.
Tennis, I do not want to hear.
No one, no god, not even you, can avoid a prophecy.
If you go to war with your children, Kronos, your reign will end, and the world as we know it will end too.
Silence! It is clear you are not worthy of our army, Prometheus.
Kronos, listen to me.
Get out and take your whining little brother with you.
Hey!
Leave now!
It had to be done. That's right.
Oh, it feels like we've been walking forever. Oh, we've kept the sea on our right the whole time. Are you sure we're going in the right direction?
Epimetheus, how many times do I need to tell you this is the path we must follow? We will be there soon.
But are we doing the right thing, Prometheus? We're going to join a group of untested godlings.
The children of Kronos will command the future. We must join them on Mount Olympus to prepare for the battle ahead.
In your vision, did this war really demolish the whole world?
This world will end, in order for another to begin.
Why did you stop, Prometheus?
We need to know what happens next.
We hate cliffhangers.
Oh,
No offense.
The sun is rising, and here comes Hermes, just in time.
Prometheus.
Please, Hermes, take the Oceanids home.
Before we go, something is bothering me. You and I have long been brother tricksters. But what happened to you? When did you get so serious?
I don't know. All of a sudden, I just started caring about people.
Caring? About mere mortals?
I don't really understand it myself.
I can't tell if you're tricking me right now.
If I am, then I'm tricking myself, too.
Another guest is arriving, an awful one, this one. Quickly, ladies. Time to fly.
Yes, cousins. Leave now. Please. You must not be here when...
But why? We can't leave you.
We want to stay.
We must depart at once. You don't want to witness what happens next.
We will return, Prometheus.
Stay strong.
Do I have a choice?
Farewell, cousin. Farewell. Bye.
Ah, yes. I had wondered when you would come. I know you have some terrible work to do.
Live from Mount Olympus is produced by the Onassis Foundation. Karen Brooks Hopkins is executive producer. Our series creator and showrunner is Julie Burstein. Live from Mount Olympus is co-produced by Brooklyn-based theater collective, The Team. Our co-directors are Rachel Chavkin, Zhailon Levingston, and Keenan Tyler Oliphant, with additional directing from Sarah Blush. And our actors are Rolls Andre,
Rhea! Is there something you forgot to tell me?
Atu Blankson Wood,
This world will end in order for another to begin.
Sean Carvajal, Jill Frutkin,
Prometheus looks awful.
Abel Garcia, Divine Garland, Modesto Flako Jimenez.
Come on already. You are so slow.
Libby King. Ian Lassiter.
I've poured you another brimming cup. Yamas.
Zhailon Levingston. Christina Liberus. Kimberly Marable.
No one, no god, not even you, can avoid a prophecy.
Jake Margolin. Lizanne Mitchell. James Harrison Monaco.
What about me? I am always ready to fight by your side.
Greg Mosgala.
Prometheus, I hate doing this to you.
Xavier Pacheco.
Everyone knows that our brother can see the future.
Kristen Sieh.
What prophecy was that again?
Ahmad Simmons. Nidra Marie Taylor. Ching Valdez Auran. Vicky Washington.
It's us, your favorite Oceanids.
And Andre DeShields is Hermes.
Prometheus always knows what's ahead.
The team's producing director is Emma Orm, and associate producer is Sabine Decatur. We thank the artists and leaders of Epic Theater Ensemble for their continued collaboration. Live from Mount Olympus is written by Nathan Youngerberg, with Julie Burstein and Jason Adam Katzenstein. Audio production and mix by John Malillo. Audio editing and sound design by Yonatan Reckham. Magdalene Giannikou composed our original music, which is performed by Banda Magda. Jason Adam Katzenstein created our illustrations and is series humor consultant. A big thank you to our creative advisors, Dr. Michael Cohen, Richard Nodell, and Effie Siotsu. Mandy Boyku is administrative director, and Sophia Pipa is project manager at Onassis USA. Giselle Winter is our series antiquities consultant. Live from Mount Olympus was recorded with engineers Roy Hendrickson, Ian Keggy, Moore Mesrich, Matthew Sullivan, Benjamin Miller, and Matthew Soares at the Power Station at Berkeley, NYC. Press by Grand Communications. Graphic design by Onassis Creative Studio. Live from Mount Olympus is distributed by PRX. We dedicate this season to the memory of Vinie Burrows, whom the New York Times called the Queen of Black Theater. Vinie was a total legend, and we are honored that she brought so many characters to life on Live from Mount Olympus.
One of your children will overthrow you as you overthrew your father.
Want to learn more about Hermes and the Olympians? Check out our website at www.onassis.link/Olympus. Since 1975, the Onassis Foundation has been dedicated to culture, community, and education, with projects that can effectively inspire social change and justice across borders. Learn more at www.onassis.org.
From PRX.
Onassis Foundation.
Did you know that kids eat 1,095 meals every year?
And if you include snacks, it's more like 4 trillion meals a year.
Honestly, the responsibility kind of sucks sometimes, but we're here with some real help and camaraderie too.
We're Stacy and Megan, hosts of Didn't I Just Feed You, a weekly podcast that gets real about what it takes to feed our families.
Tune in to Didn't I Just Feed You for kitchen tricks, product recommendations, and tons of meal ideas, like how to turn nachos into a legit family dinner. Listen to Didn't I Just Feed You wherever you get your podcasts.